It's crazy, right? How much information is out there. It's exciting, but
Yeah.
sometimes it feels like you're just drowning in it, you know,
Totally.
trying to
Totally.
figure out what to trust, what not to trust. And, well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. Fake news, figuring out how to spot it,
Yeah.
how to navigate this crazy world.
Absolutely. And it's not even just those like, completely outrageous stories that are obviously fake. It's the subtle stuff, the stuff that kind of blends in, that can be even trickier. That's why
Right.
we're going to take a deep dive into all this research
Yeah.
and hopefully give everyone some tools to really spot this stuff and feel good about,
Feel confident, yeah.
feel confident about what they're reading and what they're sharing.
Okay, so I was going through everything you sent me, and I mean, the first thing that really jumps out is check the source. I mean, it sounds obvious, but
Right.
I feel like, I don't know about you, but I often just kind of skip that step.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's like,
Yeah?
trying to build a house on a foundation of sand.
Yeah.
It's just, if the source isn't credible, nothing you build on top of that
It's
is
going to stand, yeah.
Exactly.
So it's got to
yeah.
be solid.
Yeah, look for transparency. Go to that about page.
Yeah.
See, they clearly explain who they are,
Right.
what they're all about, what they stand for.
Yeah, are they upfront about their funding and their biases and all that?
Exactly. Like, if they're being shady about any of that stuff, that's a huge red flag.
Yeah, it's like, if you're thinking about where you're getting your news from, you're not just going to trust, like,
Right.
some random website or a blog with, like, a catchy name.
Right.
You want to know who's behind it.
Of course.
What their history is.
For sure.
Like,
yeah.
what's their deal?
And speaking of things that aren't always what they seem to is, good transition. We've got to talk about images, right?
Yes.
Because
Oh, of course.
visuals,
Yeah.
they can be so powerful and they can be really easily manipulated.
Oh, I know. I fell for this one a while back. There was this photo going around. It was like a bear
Uh-huh.
just walking through a college campus. I mean, everyone was sharing it, talking about how wild it was. And it turned out it was totally Photoshopped. Like, the bear was from somewhere else completely. I was like,
Oh, that's so classic, though.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So embarrassing.
But it just shows how important it is to actually verify those images before you share them. I mean, a simple Google reverse image search, it's like, it can save you so much embarrassment.
Right.
Just upload the image and it will show you where else it's been online. If it's showing up on fact-checking websites or if it's been debunked before, then,
Something's up.
Something's fishy, yeah.
So we've checked the source. We've looked at images carefully. What else? What's our next move?
Okay, so one of your sources really emphasized the idea of corroboration. Like, don't rely on just one source.
Okay.
Especially if it's a source you're not familiar with.
Makes sense.
Look for the same story on a reputable news site like the AP or Reuters or places like that.
Yeah.
They usually have
Fact checkers.
They have whole teams dedicated to fact checking, and they have to follow pretty strict journalistic standards.
Yeah, that makes sense. But, I mean, even the big established news organizations,
Of course.
they make mistakes sometimes, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No one's perfect.
Right.
That's why it's so important to be skeptical, to think critically about everything you read. Look for multiple sources, make sure they're independent, and that they're all saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And actually, even getting a diversity of viewpoints can be helpful. It can help you get a better understanding of what's really going on.
It's like getting a second opinion, but for news.
Exactly.
Okay, so we talked about checking the source, being careful about images, cross-referencing. Anything else? Are there, like, other red flags to watch out for?
Yeah, actually, your research highlighted a few more, and these are kind of subtle, but really important. So one is the emotional tone of the article.
Okay.
Does it feel like they're trying to manipulate you, like with fear
Yeah.
or anger,
I know.
outrage? Because those are like classic tactics.
Yeah.
They try to bypass your critical thinking, make you more likely to share something without really even thinking about it.
Yeah, oh, that's so true. It's like those clickbait headlines. The ones that are designed to make you
Oh, yeah.
angry or scared, and you just click without even thinking.
Exactly.
Just because of that emotional reaction.
We've all been there.
Oh, yeah, I've totally fallen for that.
But just being aware of those tactics is a huge step, right?
Right.
And then some other things to look out for are like lots of capital letters, tons of grammatical errors,
Okay.
pop-up ads everywhere. Those can all be signs of, a
Sketchy.
less credible source. Yeah.
Like they're trying to distract you with all that stuff so you don't notice
Exactly.
that there's not actually much substance there.
That's it. Yeah. And this all brings us to a really important point, which is
Yeah.
you have the power. You choose what you consume.
Right.
And you choose, and this is crucial, what you share with other people.
Right.
Think of yourself as like a gatekeeper of information.
That is such a great way to put it. It's not just about protecting ourselves from misinformation.
Right.
It's about not spreading it.
Exactly. Before you hit that share button, take a second, ask yourself, is this accurate? Where is it coming from? Am I sharing this because it's true, or am I just reacting emotionally?
Yeah.
Those few seconds can make a world of difference.
They really can. Okay, so to recap, we need to check the source and really check it. Don't take images at face value. Verify those things. Make sure the stories in other places, places you trust.
Trustful places, yeah.
And then pay attention to the tone, the presentation. Watch out for those emotional traps.
Exactly. And all this leads to, I think, a really interesting question.
Yeah.
Which is, in this world where information spreads so quickly,
Yeah.
do we all have a responsibility to verify things before we share them?
That's a good one. That's something to think about.
Definitely.
This has been really eye-opening. Everyone out there listening, stay curious, stay informed, and until next time, keep diving deep.
Yeah, absolutely.